Yes, Thursday the 21st of March, and first, apologies for filming a very familiar scene. Me on my way to work in the morning. It's about 6:25. It's actually quite a mild morning, very nice morning. And yesterday was National Happiness Day for most. Unfortunately, not for me. I had to go and see my eye consultant yesterday, and I was dreading it because I know, obviously, I'm looking through these eyes and I know how fast they've gone down recently. But we were quite astonished when we had some good news. Sandy and I went in his little room and he examined my eyes, all these lights and gizmos, and then worryingly he sent me to have my eyes scanned and to go and wait in the waiting room again, and we were thinking the worst. But when we went back in, let me go over here, it might be less windy with a couple of trees just to shield. Amazingly, he actually told me that my right eye had stabilised and if anything got a little better, which is marvellous news. But my left eye still needs an operation, which we knew about anyway. Everyone can see that. So yeah, waiting for the operation. Could be a long way off. National Health Service, I'm never going to down it, but there is a waiting list. So we'll get that done. Hopefully then my eyesight's going to improve. It seems that my right eye is struggling, trying to compensate for my left eye. So that's what's causing a little bit of giddiness, a little bit of double vision, and everything's blurred. And that's why if I see you on the marina, sometimes I just walk past with my head down, especially if you're in the car, because I can't see your face. So unless you say, hello Gary, and I know who you are, I'm a bit embarrassed. So I tend to pretend I haven't seen you. It is embarrassing, but I'm learning to cope. Had it for a while now. So anyway, the good news, brilliant news. The weather forecast looks like it's going to be dry. It might be cloudy on Saturday, but we're going for a cruise. And we're taking you guys with us, no matter what. In fact, I think if they blow another storm, I don't care what its name is, that boat's going out, because I'm sick of being tied up. Oh, roll on the weekend. Well, it's about 9:10 and it's Saturday morning, and there's only one thing to do. We're going cruising. We're just waiting for Lauren and her nan and granddad, which is Pauline and Rod, to come and join us on Chugabug, and we're just going to go up to the Shady Oak and we're going to moor up for the night. They're not staying with us. We're going to drop the car off up there and cruise up, and then they can drive home. But looking forward to it. Great to move the boat. But thoughts are with one of our special subscribers at the moment. He's not a subscriber, he's a friend. He's been with us all the way. He's been with us from the start. Don. Unfortunately, he's got to go into hospital for surgery. Much needed surgery. It's got to be done. Never nice, never ever nice, but everybody is thinking about you, Don, on Chugabug, and we're with you. Just take care, my friend, and there's always a bed here on Chugabug if ever you need to a bit of R&R. You take care of yourself. Anyway, let's go cruising. So we fueled Chugabug up and we were ready for the off, and young Harry was there as my first mate, keeping a good eye on me as we went out towards the Shropshire Union. I think Rod, which is Lauren's granddad, was enjoying himself sitting with me on the stern of Chugabug as we went out, and it was nice of these two lovely swans to wish us good luck on our way. Yeah. Oh, yeah. The boat next door but one, he's normally got his rod out. Yes, we were talking about fishing. Rod used to do a bit of fishing some years ago, so he was asking me about the fishing on the canal. But before long, we were turning right, heading east on the Shropshire Union. Sandy had my camera at the bow of the boat, and she was doing the filming for me very kindly, as obviously I was talking to Rod at the back of the boat, and I had my hands full as I was steering her. But lovely cruise, and the three ladies at the front of the boat, Pauline, Lauren and Sandy, were enjoying a glass of wine. And of course us gentlemen at the back were enjoying the odd glass of something too. Very nice, very chilled.
Yeah, Just enjoying my glass of wine.
I don't think Rod would do it, you know.
Yeah, Pauline really liked it, and Rod. It was their first experience of narrowboating, and before long we'd passed the Shady Oak and we were waiting to go up Wharton Lock. We decided to go through the lock just to share the experience with Pauline and Rod, and of course young Harry. But this was the route we came down when Chuggabug actually got launched. These two boats were ahead of us in the lock. So Harry, Lauren and Sandy went to prepare the lock for us, and there you can see young H working hard on the gates.
Well, this is our very first lock on our own with our crew, Lauren and Harry. And they're doing the water, and just underneath there, can't see, will be Chuggabug.
Yes, and as Sandy said, Rod and myself are waiting on Chuggabug just under the bridge, out of eyesight there, but we were waiting just for the nod on the walkie-talkie to bring her in. And it wasn't long, we got the word to bring her in, so bow thrusters on and then into my very, very first lock, actually on my own. True moment to remember. Really enjoyed it. It was a lovely feeling after so long. All I wanted to do was take our home through a lock, and today was the day.
And here she comes for the very first time with her captain.
Yes, as you turn right out of Tattenhall Marina, Wharton Lock is the first lock you hit. It takes you about 50-55 minutes to get here from the marina. And it's heading east towards Nantwich. Going up. Nice little cruise, lovely 50-minute cruise. We've just gone past the Shady Oak, and just over there is Wharton Lock. It has actually been closed for some time, but it opened up earlier this month. So we're just east of Wharton Lock at the moment. We're moored up and we're having hot dogs. Yes, but before long it was time to head back. As we were mooring up at the Shady Oak for the evening, we had to go back down Wharton Lock, and these two boats were ahead of us. So our little crew went off to the lock just to keep an eye on and let us know when we could bring Chuggabug in. You'll see the sill there. Every boater's nightmare. You have to watch them as you go down the lock, but there is a white line as a guideline to keep your stern ahead of it. Sandy now doing one of the gates for us. and it wasn't long before I was given the go-ahead to bring Chuggabug in to the lock. So myself and Rod at the stern there. I suppose you could call him Fishing Rod.
Going down, Chuggabug.
Yes, we were on our way down the
Going
cut,
down.
heading towards the Shady Oak for the evening. This was the following morning. Well, little after 8 o'clock on a beautiful, absolutely glorious Sunday morning. Chuggabug's down there and Sandy's just making breakfast. So I'm going to start walking back to the boat. I don't know, about 10 minutes ago, just sat outside Chuggabug, and then suddenly we had an otter walking towards us. He actually came along the jetty, jumped on the stern of Chuggabug, had a little look around, and then toodled off again, and we watched him swim away. Some people can search for weeks and weeks looking for an otter, and we had one walk to us on Chuggabug. Right, we're going to cruise back, and you're coming with. If you look near the fence line, you can actually see the little fella running back towards our friend Steve's boat. And Chip and Dale weren't very amused at all. Sandy then spotted him. He must have swam under the jetty and went towards the bridge. And Sandy was lucky enough, she ran away with my camera and zoomed in, and you can just see him heading into the water there, right by the bridge. Now, we were sat there for some time listening to a woodpecker, and then we spotted the lesser spotted chesworts. Yes, Steve and Linda, the lady and gentleman that did our upholstery for our dinette, were actually selling their boat, Serendipity. So they were on their way up to Aqueduct Marina.
You pulling in?
Good morning. Are you pulling in for a brew? You coming in for a brew?
We've got 5 hours and 8 locks to do.
Oh.
We'll be back later.
So, as we were sat there, we did notice the wind was getting up, so we got Dale's little tiller pin and we were ready to go. But as soon as we were ready to cast off, we noticed 2 boats, each coming in either direction, so we did have to hold back a bit. But it didn't take long and we were on our way, back heading west up the Shropshire Union Canal, heading towards Tattenhall Marina. Followed this gentleman on his boat all the way back to our marina, but we will be sharing lots more videos through the summer from the Shady Oak, as it is a popular place, and of course it's a lovely place to moor up. And as we're working, we are limited to the distance that we can go on Chuggabug at the moment. Come retirement day, we'll be on it, constant cruising. Yeah, this little trip was a constant battle against the wind. It was the windiest that I've ever cruised in. Obviously I'm new to this, but we did have to have the tiller quite over to one angle, steering into the wind to keep Chuggabug going in a straight line. It wasn't long and we could see the marina. As I say, it's only a 50-minute cruise from the Shady Oak. Quick toot on the horn just to warn any other boats that we're coming in. looks a little bit different to when Harry brought Chuggabug home when it was pitch black and our tunnel light just caught the name of Tattenhall Marina on the bridge. So, back on board Chuggabug now. Great weekend away. It was fantastic. And just to top it all up, the brother and sister-in-law, Sue and Phil, turned up on Chuggabug, came to say hello, and we've just been over the boathouse. A couple of beers and a couple of nice meals. Really nice. So we're chilled. Hope you enjoyed the cruise, and it was great to have you with us. And we'll catch you next time on Chuggabug. Take care.